Hello and welcome to today's episode of Local Connection.
Join us as we explore some fun activities for the spring.
On today's show,
Spring is here and it's time to get in shape.
2.
bike riding with a twist.
And the sabor and flavor of salsa dancing.
See all this and more right now on Local Connection.
Hello and welcome to Local Connection, a show about all the great places and people that make the Lower Mainland an amazing place to live. I am Maria Arias-Rozo.
And I'm Dominic Armand. We are here at Pacific Spirit Regional Park. And coming up next, Maria and I will explore some of the beautiful things we can do in this park.
Yes, we will, but first we will take you into the world of salsa dancing, in which I met some amazing people and learned a few moves. Hello everybody and welcome to the 3rd annual Vancouver International Salsa Festival here at Westin Bayshore Hotel. And be prepared for a night full of Latin music and dance.
Thousands of people come every year to enjoy the performances from artists from all around the globe, and also come to move to the sound of Latin rhythm themselves.
Vancouver has a great Latin community, but I think what's amazing about Latin culture, there is so much, well, they say sabor and flavor and everything. There's so much soul in it, and that soul, I think, even transcends Latin culture. Salsa started out as something that was Latin, and now the word salsa itself is a mix of things, you know, and now we have a mix of people. You get a CEO from a Fortune 500 company coming and dancing with a student who's just graduated high school and they're in their first year university, you know? So it attracts a wide demographic of people. A lot of people think it's competition because they think salsa, they think ballroom. What's different with salsa and the Salsa Festival is that it's actually, there's something for everyone really. We had, in the previous years, we had a beginner boot camp where anyone that just wants to learn to dance would come and over the course of a day would learn dancing essentially.
Adolfo and Tanya have been dancing together for just 5 months, but for the past 10 years they have been dedicating their lives to dancing.
And how much time commitment do you have to put into this? Like how much dancing do you do per week, for example?
Well, this is actually my life, our job, so we probably dance around 7 to 8 hours a day, plus all the weekends we are in events like this.
¿Qué significa para ti bailar aquí en este festival de salsa?
Me gustó mucho, fue la primera vez aquí en Vancouver, ya estuve en Montreal el año pasado, me gusta mucho Canadá y ya estoy bien, me gusta mucho. Sí.
And I'm sure that a lot of people after watching this are going to want to learn how to salsa dance or learn other styles of Latin dancing, so what would you advise to them?
We just advise them to learn from everybody because everybody has something to give to you. So just try to, search for the one that inspires you the most and try to learn everything you can.
So, as a Latina, I have to say I'm quite embarrassed that I actually don't know how to salsa dance. I know how to dance, but not how to salsa dance specifically. But it's never late to learn something new. So here I am, and
Want to try to fix that? Come on.
Yes. So,
Ready?
How do I start?
This
Some
is what we're
basic
gonna do.
steps.
Very easy. We're gonna do side step with the left. Put your feet together. There you go. You're gonna start going 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
I actually think I'm not too bad.
1,
What
3,
do you think?
5, 7. 1, 2, 5, 7. 1.
And are you going to be here next year?
Yeah, I think I would come back again. This has been really fun. I'm down here from Bellingham with my friends, and it's been a good experience.
Are you both enjoying the Salsa Festival this year?
A lot.
We're having an amazing time. It's great. If you missed the Salsa Festival this year, no worries because there will be another one next year for March of 2013. So please come and check it out. If you would like more information, please visit salsafestival.ca. Thank you for watching, and my name is Maria Arias-Rozo here for Local Connection. I have to tell you, Dominique actually had a lot of fun, and that night I actually went home and started practicing those salsa dance steps and got quite a workout from it. Not as much of a workout as hiking on this trail though.
I'm glad to hear that you had fun, but coming up we have another workout from our students from the Langley Fine Arts. Our very own reporter, Darren Storsley reports.
Whoa, wait a minute, really? Does that mean we're gonna see the Mr. Canada muscles in action?
Of course, yes.
Oh.
As obesity rates among youth are on the rise, students at the Langley Fine Arts School have taken a proactive approach to beat those odds.
One of the things I really like most about what's happened with this program is how these kids have become really motivated through fitness. I, as a teacher, can work with kids individually on their own individual goals. They come to me and they say, you know what, because of what I play, I need stronger arms, or I just really want to tone my body. I work with a lot of girls here who do have body image issues, and we know in society that's a really big thing. And the first thing that I can do with them is say, you know what, being healthy isn't what you look like. Being healthy is how you feel. You need to have fun, you need to feel good about fitness, and we can work on ourselves. And what I find over time with these kids is as they're seeing changes in their physical bodies, their confidence is booming because they realize, you know what, I took priority over what I wanted to do. I set my own goals, and here's what I'm capable of doing. And we can do that here at school as teachers. That to me is my definition of beauty.
Through their love of fitness, some students took on a leadership role to motivate others and to make everyone feel welcome in their weight room.
When I started coming to this gym, I would be in here every day, no matter what, even if the gym was clean or not. I go to the gym after school, but I just love coming in here to blow off steam. And I would look in this room, I'd be, wow, this room is so underused. I want to get this going. And we decided to clean this place up and give it a whole new revamp, do some fundraisers. We're going to try to raise some money for new equipment. And we're hoping that's a great motivation for me and Bram to raise money for this place.
It's a comfortable environment for everyone. So for like the dance majors to come in here and dance their hearts out, or someone just wants to blow off steam and comes in here just to work out, or even like people who sing, because apparently this room's really good for singing or something like that. They come in here and they sing or whatever, share this space, because it's not just ours, it's everyone's.
The students have realized that strengthening their bodies can be the first step to helping them improve other areas of their life.
I think it's very important to have a fitness class at school, not just for me, but for everybody, and it helps a lot with my strength at gymnastics, and if I'm struggling on certain events, keeping up the strength is definitely really important for my level of sport.
When we get home, we don't have time to actually go work out. We have so much to do, and to have a class like this is beautiful because, I can work out here, do my sets here, and go home and do my homework.
Total body conditioning class like this can combat the beauty myth.
In this society, you're supposed to be thin and you're supposed to be skinny and pretty, and that's what being healthy is, but being healthy is not being a stick, is not having an eating disorder or whatever. It's about just feeling good about yourself and working out and eating healthy.
These students are definitely on the right track as they find satisfaction in doing something healthy for themselves.
What started through something like this is picking stuff you love, making it yours, and basically saying, how can I be better? How can I be the most that I possibly can be? And with these kids, give them a little bit of instruction and motivation, and they will take this to places that I, as an adult, could have never dreamt that they could do.
Thank you, Darren, and I have to say, I feel tired just watching those kids work so hard. Good job, you guys.
And today we are in Pacific Spirit Regional Park near UBC, and we're joined with Jill Durling.
Hello, Jill. So what are some of the things that people can expect when they come to the park?
Well, there's lots of trails, over 73 kilometers of trails, lots of green space and forest, wildlife, people jogging, walking their dogs, some on tours. It's beautiful. It's about 2,000 acres, twice the size of Stanley Park. There's lots of opportunities for people to do all sorts of things because it is such a large site. But at the bog, well, today we saw people looking for birds and we heard 2 owls.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Some come to photograph flowers, some just come here to sit in the sun because it's a beautiful open sunny area. This bog is over 3,000 years old and it was formed by glaciers, but over time, especially with the settlement in the Vancouver region, the area was drained, and then that created conditions for forests to take over and displace it. So in the 1990s, this area was logged to remove the trees, and it was restored to be a bog.
Tell us a little bit about the volunteer organization which you are involved in.
This is the Pacific Spirit Park Society. It's got about 500 members, and the Camosun Bog Restoration Group is one of the parts of this society. And we have about 30 members. Well, we work very hard. We dig a lot of soil, we move tree stumps, and we get filthy in the process. When we started, this place was becoming a hemlock forest, and this was because of the drains that were around the edge of the bog. By working to lower the ground level, we have actually raised the water to compensate for these drains, and so the bog is now coming back slowly. And so when we're finished, and we're nearly finished now, we will have about 1 hectare of bog, which would not have been here otherwise.
This bog is really coming to life, with the variety of some unique species of plants.
The Labrador tea is a very special plant because from it you can make a very refreshing tea. The blueberry is a special blueberry that grows only in bogs, and it's one that is just beginning to flower. So it's one of the earliest things to flower in this bog, and it's so lovely in the early summer when it comes and the birds come and they eat all these berries.
Thanks, Jill and Lawrence. It is amazing how many things there are to know about this bog.
Yes, I agree, Maria. Stay tuned. After the break, we have more activities for you can do this spring.
Also, after the break, the unique sport of bike polo.
And hurry hard, the weather is getting warmer, but curling is as popular as ever.
Stay tuned. Local Connection will be right back.
Welcome back to Local Connection.
We are here at Pacific Spirit Regional Park trying to get fit. Maria, I can assure you, by the end of the summer, I'll be ripped.
Same here. But Dominique, even though it is springtime, there's always that handful of people that get stuck in winter mode. And if this is you, then this next story is right up your alley.
Layer up, bring your broom and your slider, because today we are going to delve into the increasingly popular sport of curling.
Curling's an old Celtic game. It's played on ice. It's basically the same as shuffleboard on ice. Basic rules of curling. You try to get your rocks closer to the center than your opponent. The juniors here play in a regular Optimus Junior League. It's an inter-club league. Usually we play in Cloverdale, and it goes on every Sunday, and there's teams from all over the Lower Mainland go there.
There are also many benefits to curling.
There are quite a few benefits of curling. You can play it for a long time, start from age 10 to 90s. It's relatively cheap. It's good for your good athletic exercise for you, and it's a good social sport.
We hear lots of yelling when someone releases a rock. What's that about?
That's about encouraging the sweepers to sweep harder. You do hear the term harder all the time. Okay, that means you just want to go faster.
I think teamwork is displayed through communication between the third and the skip, of course, and the sweepers, to let them know like if they missed a shot or if they made it and why.
Sliding stones across the ice? This may sound easy, but we learned today there's a lot more skill behind this sport.
The idea is here is I wanted the rock to go that way, so I'm going to turn it that way. And every time you turn it, you also want to end up at the 0 position or 12 o'clock.
Now it's time to put our skills to the test.
So that's the ready position set. You just raise your hips, little step back, bring the rock back and push out. Atta girl, well done.
We learned today that in order to succeed at curling, persistence is the key.
Most skips for this league probably put in about 2 to 3 hours a week minimum for practicing. So.
What would you say makes a good curler? What traits do you have to have?
Well, you definitely have to be committed. Like, you can't just come the first time and then expect to do it. Like, I fell down a lot when I first started, and it's kind of frustrating, but you just have to keep going.
You should start curling because it's a sport that you can play your whole life long. Doesn't matter how old you are. And it's good just to get out there, and it's a very social game too.
We learned today that curling is a lot of fun and quite a workout.
If you would like some more information, be sure to check out the Peace Arch Curling Club website.
This is Helen.
And this is Lindsay, signing out for Gen Y.
Thanks, Helen and Lindsay. I have to say they're just about as skilled at curling as I am with salsa dancing.
Actually, they're more skilled than you are. I'm just saying. She's so purple.
Well, that's not nice. Getting back to the topic of spring activities, there's one unique sport out there that not many people have heard of.
And Jack Fox will share with you the sport of bike polo, which is the same thing as water polo, but on a bike.
Bike polo was on everyone's mind during this 2-day tournament, so we stopped by to find out what it is all about.
Bike polo for most of us is just another way to ride our bikes. And it's, it's so much fun. A lot of us haven't played team sports before because cycling is a pretty individual event. So, it's a chance to, for me, really, it's a chance to hang out. I have this lovely community of people that I can go visit anywhere in the world, anytime I want, and play bike polo. It's amazing.
The real question is, what are the rules, if any at all?
It's 3-on-3, and it's a joust for the start. And the simple rules of bike polo is it's a contact sport, so there's 3 contact rules: bike on bike, body on body, mallet on mallet, no combinations. You score to 5 or to time, which is typically 15 minutes. In a tournament, we played at 12. And then if you put your foot down, you have to tap out. And that's just basically taking yourself out of the game, biking to the either half of the court and just tapping on the fence or the net. And when your team scores, you come back to half and wait for the ball or a teammate from the opposing team to cross half.
Players come in all shapes and sizes, according to this guy.
It gets pretty rough and tumble, especially when you're playing with your friends, you're playing with people you know how their style is. You can get a little rougher with them, and I'm a pretty big guy, about 6'7", 205, so I toss it around on the court a little bit and use that to my advantage whenever I can.
Not only is bike polo a sport, it is also an art form, complete with customized bike mallets.
Get a piece of ABS piping, cut it, drill a hole that is the width of the ski pole, and I get a round file and I just file it down until it fits perfectly, then drill it out for weight. Bam, that's it.
And in the end, they were all competing for this, the East Van Crown. For a Local Connection, this is Jack Fox signing off.
Thanks, Jack. Bike polo is pretty unique.
Not as unique as a Latina who cannot even salsa dance. Even I know how to salsa dance.
Will you stop it with that? You know what? I think it's time for a commercial break.
Up next, we'll find out what you like to do during springtime.
I wait for hours.
Also, after the break,
Squire joins us now with a look at sports.
We get a behind-the-scenes look with two of BC's most popular television personalities.
You had to give it away, didn't you?
You showed me
You couldn't
in
leave.
the makeup room.
You couldn't leave. Whoa.
Local Connection will be right back.
Lungo filaccio, triste sartaccio, fila fila ma che vuoi fila, senza punta l'ago non può andare.
Welcome back to Local Connection.
Today we're at Pacific Spirit Regional Park, and right now we're at the top of the stairs of Wreck Beach. And in case you didn't know it, Dominique, here clothing is optional. So if you would like to have a naked stroll down at the beach, you're more than welcome to do so. But that certainly isn't my cup of tea. I don't know, is it yours, Dominique?
I don't think so. Just to make it clear, I am not into body exposure.
You're lying, you're so lying. But speaking of exposure, our reporter Clayton Tinko gets behind the scenes and exposes the lives of two of BC's favorite broadcasters.
I'm here at Global BC, where we're about to get exclusive access with Randy Neal and Squire Barnes as their show makes the transition from daytime to late night.
The lights are on and the cameras are rolling as NewsHour Final gets underway at the Global BC studios. After spending a little more than a decade dishing news and sports to BC viewers at lunchtime, the duo is still adjusting to a relatively new hour and a new crowd.
You have a little more room than you would at noon. If we wanted to do something a little bit off center.
I think we have a lot more room, but we're just still learning what the room is, how we can use it, and
Yeah, but there is a lot more. At noon, it's a different audience.
Young
mothers, young kids, so you got to really mind your P's and Q's, but not that we always did.
It's a pretty nice hairy chest you got there, lady.
If we do something off-color now, we can just argue, hey, it's after 11:30, your kid shouldn't be up anyway.
Yeah. Let's check in with Randy Neal now for a look ahead to NewsHour Final. And how are you feeling?
Good, Deb. Thank you very much.
I'm glad to see you back.
And we also have good news tonight.
To keep those viewers tuned in late night, Randine and Squire work just as hard off-air as on.
I get in here at about 4:30. I do a lot of the writing. I write probably half the show. But it takes a full shift, like a full 8 hours to do that.
The anchors get involved, and then in sports, like it goes beyond, like we're actually editing a lot of the stuff you see on
well, Squire assigns for 2 shows, NewsHour and NewsHour Final.
A lot of the stories we kind of discussed, and then I would sort of have the final say, go.
Right.
Do it.
Right.
Having one of the most popular newscasts in BC is more than just lights and cameras. It requires a one-of-a-kind chemistry that just can't be staged.
Every news director, every producer wants his hosts to have chemistry on the air. Some people go to lingerie football to see the bits fall out.
And that's that.
And that's that.
You're right.
I mean, people say to me, oh, you guys have a natural chemistry. And yeah, you just can't find that anywhere
And
else.
I think part of the reason, though, is trust. Like, I completely trust him.
Yeah, you kind of know, it's like being in a dance contest.
Yeah.
You sort of know the moves after a while.
He doesn't step on my toes.
And Randine never stepped on any toes either throughout her journey to become one of BC's most coveted broadcasters. With a strong work ethic and a little luck, that first big break was right around the corner.
Started working as a writer for the weekend morning shows when you worked with Jennifer Mather on the weekends. Overnight writer, and then producer. And then one morning, Jennifer Mather called in sick.
Oh, yes.
And I had to fill in, and the producer grabbed me by my dirty t-shirt and said, brush your hair, brush your teeth, go put on some makeup, you're anchoring.
It'll be much better at 6 o'clock.
I'll just go like this. And what I still think is cool, at the very beginning where the voice says, the new NewsHour with Randine Neal. And that always gives me a little thrill. And so when I started on NewsHour Final again, and it says NewsHour Final with Randine Neal.
NewsHour Final with Randine Neal.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. BC teachers.
So what does it take to be a successful journalist in such a competitive industry?
Don't get in people's face, but don't be out of sight, out of mind either.
Yeah.
Walk the line.
Yes. A winning combination is your first job out of school is going to Lethbridge for a couple years, then going to Edmonton for a couple years, and then jumping to Vancouver.
Someone is going to get the job. One of these 200 people in the cattle call is going to get the part. It might be you. It won't be you if you don't stick around and try.
As the electrons kind of all move up into you.
Okay.
Randine, maybe if you could give us a bit of a hair shake, like a 3, 2, 1, elbows. Oh, there we go.
With sparks flying, the odds for continued success are in this dynamic team's favor. I'm Clayton Timko for Local Connection.
Thanks, Clayton. That was interesting. A lot of work to produce an everyday newscast.
Oh, definitely. And it's so nice to see that Squire and Randine enjoy it so much.
What I enjoy the most now is when I get to connect with you, the viewer.
People are smiling, the flowers are blooming, and today I'm asking you, what are you looking to change or do this spring? What are you looking forward for spring?
Sunshine. Sunshine, absolutely.
What are you looking forward for this spring?
Warm weather.
Maybe just sun. Some sun, yeah, that would be nice.
Hopefully some sun this year, maybe. Lots of tourists. Cruise ship season's coming back.
I just wanted to stop raining.
That's what I was going to say. I'm just looking forward to some nice weather.
And lots of plants.
Plant my garden.
Blossoms, cherry blossoms. Sunny weather and blue skies and flowers blooming.
Just see the flowers grow, see all the sun come out, get some color on our skin, feel better.
I don't know how healthy I am.
Yeah.
Eating fresh ingredients and exercising more.
Working on like new self.
New self, new image.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to changing my lifestyle.
What are you looking forward to do for this spring? What are you looking forward for spring?
Really nice weather, sunny, not this. We're always wearing jacket.
Some sunshine and some warmth, man. It's freezing.
What are you looking forward for this spring?
New clothes.
What about you?
I'd say the same.
To wear better clothing.
Yeah. I don't really know. Not much. You know.
What about you?
Maybe my style.
To be able to not wear sweaters anymore.
What are you looking forward to do this spring?
Golfing. I'm an avid golfer.
Be more active.
Start playing a lot of golf.
What's your average?
We don't tell the truth.
A little biking, more walking in the park.
Running, walking, cycling. Finish school. I know that's what spring means.
Getting lots of acting work, yeah.
Working harder.
More time for me, less time for work. Looking to change the government.
Me too.
What about you? What are you looking forward for this spring? Thanks, guys. Those were all great answers. Now I know what I'm going to do for spring. Until next time, I'm Dominique Armand for Local Connection.
Hello. Spring is here, Vancouver, beautiful British Columbia.
Thanks, Dominique. That was great. And after all that exercise we did earlier, I'm so starving right now.
Yes, me too. That's why I'm eating now.
Really, Dominique? Really? We welcome your feedback. If there's a story that you would like to see, you can leave us a message on our Facebook page, and you can also check out our YouTube channel for past shows. For Local Connection, I am Maria Arias-Rozo.
And I'm Dominique Armand.
Happy springtime!
I'm here at Pacific Spirit Regional Park. I can assure you, Maria, by the end of the summer, I'll be fit.